In my past life, I suffered domestic violence at the hands of my husband. I secretly fled with my daughter to get away from him. I warned my daughter repeatedly never to reveal our new address. She promised she wouldn't. But the moment my back was turned, she gave the location to her father. My husband found us and beat me to death in our rental apartment. My daughter just snuggled, acting like the victim. What did I do wrong? I just wanted a complete family. Fine. In this life, you and your good father can rot together forever. When I opened my eyes, I was back. I was standing in the middle of the living room, shoving clothes into a suitcase. My husband, Travis, was a psycho, a violent, abusive piece of trash who didn't just hit me. He threatened to kill both me and our daughter, Lily, if I ever tried to divorce him. In my last life, I waited until he went out drinking with his loser buddies. I grabbed Lily, and we fled to another city. I changed my number, cut off all my friends and family, and told Lily 1,000 times, "Do not contact your father." She nodded like a good little angel. But the second my back was turned, she was texting Travis, telling him she missed her daddy. Travis sweet-talked the address out of her. He drove all night, kicked down the door of our rental, and beat me until I stopped breathing. The media ate it up. Lily, with tears streaming down her face, told the reporters, "What did I do wrong? I just wanted a complete family. If Mom hadn't run away, Dad wouldn't have gotten so mad and hit her so hard." She testified in court that it was an accident. Travis got a light sentence for manslaughter, 5 years. When he got out, Lily was all grown up. They played the happy father-daughter duo, completely forgetting I ever existed. I gave birth to the knife that stabbed me in the back. But God has a twisted sense of humor. I was back. The hatred in my chest was so hot it made me shake. Just then the bedroom door creaked open. Lily walked in, her ponytail swinging. She looked at the half-packed suitcase and frowned, looking annoyed. "Mom, are we running away again?" She kicked the suitcase against the wall before I could answer. She rolled her eyes. "You are such a snowflake, Mom. Dad works hard all day, so he got mad and smacked you a couple of times. Big deal. You're being dramatic. Even if we run, he's just gonna find us and beat you again." Anyway, hearing those cold, heartless words, the exact same words she said in my past life, my heart stopped. Could it be my rage was faster than my brain? "You're the one who tells Travis where we are every time, aren't you?" Lily froze. She stepped back, startled by the look in my eyes. I had never looked at her like this before. She mumbled, "If I don't tell him while he's cooled off, I'll be homeless forever." So that was it. Every time I ran, whether to my parents' old house or a hotel, Travis found me. I always wondered how a simple bus driver had the skills of a private investigator. It was this little white-eyed wolf. This ungrateful brat was snitching on me the whole time. The new hate mixed with the old hate, and I snapped. I raised my hand and slapped her across the face with everything I had. Smack. She didn't see it coming. She clutched her cheek, staring at me with pure venom. "You hit me." "Damn right I did." I slapped her again. Smack. Seeing the red handprint on her face cooled my anger just a little. "You heartless little bitch. Get out." She glared at me. She was only 8, but she had the same demonic look as Travis. I kicked her out of the room. If I looked at her for one more second, I might have killed her myself. Outside the door, the little brat started wailing and kicking the wood. "Just you wait. I'm gonna call Dad and tell him to come kill you."
Wait.
"Oh, I'll wait. I want to see how long you last with your misogynistic, abusive father without me there to be his punching bag." I looked down at the suitcase. It was mostly filled with Lily's clothes, her toys, her snacks. I had spent years being a slave to this child, wearing rags while she dressed like a princess. Not anymore. I dumped her shit on the floor. I grabbed my ID, my phone, and walked out the door. I had train tickets bought, but I knew Travis would check the rails. So I bought a plane ticket to a city on the other side of the country, without that little anchor dragging me down. Everything was easy. 2 hours later, I was in the air, leaving behind 30 years of hell. Unlike last time, I didn't throw away my old SIM card. I put it in a burner phone. Lily thinks her daddy is so great. Let's see how magical her life is when I'm not there to cook, clean, and take the beatings. Landed and turned on the burner phone. It exploded with notifications. I opened WhatsApp. The first thing I saw was a photo of Lily, her face swollen and bruised. Then a voice message from Travis screaming, "Hannah, get your ass back here right now, or I'm gonna beat this little money waster to death." Travis was an equal opportunity abuser. He hit Lily too. The only reason she survived this long was because I always threw my body in front of her. I thought she would appreciate my sacrifice. Instead, she deluded herself into thinking, "Daddy only hit Mommy because Mommy was bad." Karma came fast. In my last life, This photo would have broken me. Now I smiled. It felt good. I typed a reply. She's your daughter. I trust you'll take great care of her. Good luck. Sent. Phone off. Abuse is an addiction. This happy family show was just getting started. I needed to rest up to enjoy the show. I didn't turn the burner phone on for a week. When I did, there were 500 missed calls. I scrolled through them until I saw a number I recognized, Becky. Becky was my cousin-in-law. She was also a battered wife. Her husband once threw her out of a second-story window. We used to bond over our misery in my last life. Before I fled, I texted Becky goodbye. She begged me to meet her for dinner. I refused because I was rushing to the train. Later, I found out that the second she got my text, she called Travis. They set a trap. If I had gone to that dinner, I would have died that day. I never understood why she wanted me dead. We were victims together. Now I get it. Crabs in a bucket. She was twisted. Seeing me suffer made her feel better about her own pathetic life. She couldn't stand to see me escape. Becky was just like Lily, an enabler, a traitor. My revenge plan had a spot reserved just for her. As if on cue, Becky called again. I smirked and answered. Hannah, where the hell are you? Becky screamed. You abandoned your child. Do you know Travis is about to kill Lily? About to. So she's not dead yet. That's a shame. I channeled my inner Lily, mimicking her tone. Lily always said her dad works hard, so a few beatings are no big deal. She just needs to tough it out. Hannah, stop being crazy. Marriage is hard. Everyone fights. I need to come back. If Travis gets really mad, it's over. If I don't go back, what can he do to me? A woman can't wander outside forever. Becky lectured me. Look, men have tempers. He'll calm down when he gets older. You're almost to the finish line. Why give up now? I almost laughed. This logic was why she was still getting her ass kicked daily. You go ahead and enjoy that life, Becky. I'm not a masochist. Travis is looking everywhere for you. She shrieked. He said he's gonna dig up your parents' graves and threats. Travis was a coward. My brother didn't like me much, but he wouldn't let some bus driver desecrate our family graves. Tell him to go ahead. If he doesn't, he's a son of a bitch. I knew Becky was recording this. Actually, I said, my voice dripping with sarcasm. Tell him this. Since the internet is so big now, he should go online and cry about it. Tell everyone I abandoned him. Maybe he can become a TikTok influencer and get rich. I hung up. I knew exactly what would happen. I gave Travis the roadmap to his own destruction. I was right. Travis was predictable. 3 days after I hung up on Becky, a video started trending on TikTok. It had a sappy piano backing track. Travis was sitting on our worn-out beige sofa, looking disheveled, holding a crying Lily. My wife, she just left. Travis choked out, looking at the camera with watery eyes. I came home from a double shift driving the bus and she was gone. She took our savings. She left our little girl. Lily cries herself to sleep every night, asking for mommy. The camera panned to Lily. The bruise on her cheek, the one Travis had given her, was covered with heavy concealer. She looked at the lens, her eyes wide and practiced. Mommy, please come home, Lily squeaked. I promise I'll be good. I promise I won't ask for toys anymore. Daddy is sad. The internet exploded. What kind of monster abandons her child? Find this woman and lock her up. Stay strong, King. You're doing a great job. I watched the video from my laptop in a sunny Airbnb in Seattle. I didn't feel shame. I didn't feel fear. I felt entertained. In my last life, I would have been frantic, trying to explain myself. Now, I took a sip of my coffee. They wanted a villain? Fine. But they forgot one thing. Travis was an idiot, and Lily was a bad liar. I waited 2 weeks. During that time, the Help Travis Find Hannah GoFundMe raised $15,000. Travis quit his job. He was posting daily updates, basking in the sympathy. But I noticed something the commenters didn't. In the background of his videos, the house was getting filthier. Lily's hair was matted. The loving father mask was slipping. I didn't stay idle. I used my knowledge from the future. I knew which tech stocks were about to skyrocket in the next quarter. I poured my meager savings into them. While Travis was begging for handouts, I was building a war chest. Back at the house, things were unraveling. I still had access to the cloud account linked to the living room security camera. Travis was too tech-illiterate to change the password. I watched the live feed like a reality TV show. I'm hungry. Lily whined, pulling at Travis's sleeve. He was gaming, a pile of beer cans next to him. Shut up. Travis roared, backhanding her away. Go, eat some bread. Mommy used to make me pancakes. Lily screamed, stomping her foot. You're useless. You're not doing it right. Travis stood up. The dark look in his eyes, the one that used to signal my beatings, was now focused entirely on her. You ungrateful little brat. You think you're a princess? Your mom is gone because you annoyed her. He grabbed her by the hair. Lily shrieked. I'm telling the internet, she yelled. I'm gonna tell them you hit me. Travis froze. He realized his cash cow could talk. He let her go, his chest heaving. You say a word, and I'll bury you in the backyard, he hissed. Lily ran to her room, sobbing. She didn't call the police. She didn't run to the neighbors. She sat on her bed and texted me. Mommy, Daddy is being mean. Come back and cook dinner. I forgive you for hitting me. I looked at the text and laughed out loud. Even now, she thought she was the one in charge. She thought I existed to serve her. I replied, Your daddy works hard. Stop being a snowflake. Be a good girl and take it. Then I blocked her again. Travis's greed was his downfall. He started doing live battles on TikTok, getting drunk and yelling at viewers who didn't send gifts. Becky, my treacherous cousin-in-law, was practically living there now, trying to get a cut of the donation money. It was time. I created an anonymous account named _real_Hannah_truth. I didn't write a long, emotional post. I just uploaded 3 things. The photo Travis sent me the day I left, Lily's bruised face with the caption, Get back here, or I kill her. A clip from the security camera. Travis throwing a beer bottle at Lily's head while she cowered in the corner. A recording of my phone call with Becky where she admitted Travis wanted to desecrate my family graves. I tagged the biggest drama channels on YouTube. Then I turned off my notifications and went to a spa. By the time I came out of my massage, the internet had done a 180. The sad dad narrative collapsed. The police in my old town were tagged in thousands of tweets. I watched the security camera feed again. It was chaos. Police were banging on the door. Travis was running around in his underwear, trying to flush drugs down the toilet. Becky was screaming. I didn't know. I'm a victim too. They took Travis away in handcuffs. Child Protective Services, CPS, took Lily. As they dragged Lily out, she wasn't crying for her dad. She was screaming at the camera, at the world. My mom did this. My mom is a witch. Why doesn't anyone help me? I want my iPad. I want my room. The officer looked at her with disgust. She wasn't a sympathetic victim. She was a mini tyrant in the making. Travis made bail 3 days later. The legal system is slow, and domestic abuse charges often result in a slap on the wrist initially. But the internet money was gone. His accounts were banned. He was fired. He had nothing but rage. I knew he would come for me. He found a receipt in the trash I'd missed, a coffee shop receipt from a chain that only exists in the Pacific Northwest. It wasn't an exact address, but it was a direction. He stole a car. He brought a gun. And he brought Becky. Becky called me from a burner phone. Hannah, she whispered. He's forcing me to come. We're in Seattle. He's going to kill you. Please tell me where you are. I can lead the police to him. I paused. In my last life, I would have trusted her. Becky, I said softly. You really think I'm stupid, don't you?
What?
I know you're on speakerphone.
I know he's driving.
You want me to give you a location so you can watch him kill me and then claim you were hostage. Silence on the line. Then Travis's voice, raw and demonic. I'm going to skin you alive, Hannah. Come and find me, Travis, I said. I'm at the Pier 55 warehouse district. The old cannery. Midnight. Let's finish this. I hung up. I wasn't at the cannery, but the police were. I had called the Seattle PD hours ago. I told them my fugitive ex-husband, who was out on bail for child abuse, had called and threatened a mass shooting at the pier. I told them he was armed and unstable. I parked my rental car on a hill overlooking the pier. I used binoculars. At midnight, the stolen sedan rolled into the empty lot. Travis jumped out, waving a handgun, screaming my name. Becky was behind him, holding a baseball bat, looking ready to smash my skull in.
Hannah, come out, you bitch.
Travis fired a shot into the air. Floodlights blinded them. Police. Drop the weapon. Travis was a coward, but he was also stupid. He turned the gun toward the cops.
Bang, bang.
Travis dropped to the pavement, screaming, clutching his shoulder. Becky threw the bat down and put her hands up, wailing. He made me do it.
I'm pregnant.
Don't shoot. She wasn't pregnant. She was just desperate. I watched as they were zipped ties and thrown into the back of cruisers. Travis would survive, but attempted murder of a police officer? Violation of bail? Interstate flight? He was never seeing sunlight again. And Becky? Accomplice to attempted murder. Conspiracy. She was done. I lowered the binoculars. Goodbye, trash, I whispered. I didn't disappear completely. I built a life. I started a consulting firm for women escaping high-conflict relationships. I was rich, I was fit, and I was free. But curiosity is a human flaw. 7 years later, I received a letter from the state. Lily was aging out of the foster care system. She was 15, requesting a meeting with her biological mother. Everyone told me not to go.
But I needed to see.
I needed to know if the cycle had broken. I met her in a small, gray room at the social services office. Lily didn't look like a princess anymore. She looked hard. She wore cheap clothes, her hair dyed a harsh black. She had Travis's eyes. She didn't hug me. She sat down and crossed her arms. "You look expensive," she said. Her voice was scratchy. "I am," I replied calmly. "You ruined my life," Lily spat. I bounced around 6 foster homes. Some of them were okay, some were bad. But none of them were ours. If you had just stayed and taken the beatings, we would have been a family. Dad would have calmed down eventually.
I ser det her.
7 years of suffering, and she still blamed the victim. The rot was in her DNA. I didn't ruin your life, Lily. You chose your side. You chose the abuser, because you thought it gave you power. You sold me out for a pat on the head from a monster. I was a child, she screamed, standing up. You were a child who knew exactly what she was doing, I said, my voice ice cold. I remember the look on your face in the last life. And I remember the look on your face when you kicked my suitcase. You aren't a victim, Lily. You're just Travis without the muscles. Lily's face twisted. I need money. You owe me. I'm your daughter. I stood up and placed a single envelope on the table. This is a bus ticket to wherever you want to go. And this is a list of job centers. I'm not your mother. I'm just the woman who survived you. I'll tell everyone, she shrieked as I walked to the door. I'll tell the press you're a monster. I stopped and looked back. Go ahead. The internet already knows who Travis is. And they know who you are. The girl who defended him. I walked out. Behind me, I heard the sound of a chair being thrown against the wall. It sounded just like Travis. Epilogue. The clean break. I walked out of the building and into the bright afternoon sun. The air smelled like rain and pine. My phone buzzed. It was a message from my lawyer. Travis died in prison this morning. Got into a fight in the yard. It's over. I looked at the text. I didn't smile. I didn't cry. I just felt a weight I didn't know I was still carrying vanish. I deleted the message. I deleted Lily's number. I got into my car. I had a dinner date with a man who was kind, who listened to me, and who had never raised his voice. I had a flight to Paris the next morning for business. The rearview mirror showed the gray government building fading into the distance. In my last life, I died for a complete family. In this life, I lived for myself.
And it was enough.